Hello learners, we will be discussing about integrated report, that what is integrated report and why it is necessary to read integrated report to get more knowledge about company. So this clause has been inserted by government of India, and most of the foreign governments, they also ask companies to insert this report, that is integrated report, right? So generally what we try to do, we try to focus more on financial data instead of qualitative reports. So it is important, if you're doing fundamental analysis, you should read qualitative data also, right? Once you know the qualitative information about the organization, then it will give you fruitful result, right? So in integrated report, first section is stakeholders engagement. If we read about stakeholder engagement, so what actually is stakeholder engagement, you can see here. So who can be the stakeholder of company? We have already seen employee, shareholders, suppliers, lenders, local community, media, etc., etc. They all are stakeholders, है ना? So any person who is getting directly, indirectly affected from company, they will be treated as a stakeholder of company, right? Now here they have provided the details of stakeholder. That who are the stakeholders? So first stakeholders are employees, right? How we engage with them, right? So how they take care of their employees, right? So here information is given. Open dialogue with CEO. Employees are allowed to speak with CEO. Strategy and management meeting. They involve their employees in strategy and management meetings. Career development and advancement opportunities. Definitely they provide some development opportunities or advancement opportunities to their employees. Talent management and succession planning. Cross departmental training program for fresh management graduates. Learning and development strategy. They provide training to their employees. Listening survey and colleagues group. So if employees, they are facing any problem, so definitely they listen to their employees, or they have created whistleblower cells through which employees can provide the information to top management, right? Now business partners and suppliers. So basically business, they are providing details about business partners and suppliers and how they take care of these stakeholders. So corporate guidelines for selection and contracting, they are having their own set of rules and guidelines through which they select suppliers and vendors. Dealer conference, town halls, and business meeting, both physical and virtual. They conduct town halls or business meeting with their business partners, suppliers, and vendors to know more that what they are expecting, right? So let's suppose sometimes if they are not able to find out the expectation of customers, so definitely they won't be able to deliver to the customer what customer is expecting, right? Or if they are not able to understand the expectation of suppliers, so definitely there will be difficulty, they will face difficulty in future to do business with supplier or business partners, right? So that is the reason they regularly conduct conferences, town halls, or business meeting with these partners or stakeholders. Direct contact and briefing, open communication with CEO, so these information is given. If I talk about consumers, so how they deal with consumer, so how we engage with them, so understand consumer need. I have already told you, if you want to be a successful businessman, you should read about customer, you should know the customer. Dedicated call centers, definitely every company they create call centers, same Dabur is doing. Consumer activations, participation in exhibition and events to give consumer an opportunity to touch, feel, or experience our product. Focus group discussion to reach out customers, so they conducts these activities to know more about consumer. If your business know about consumer, what consumer is expecting from the business or from the product, definitely your business will be successful. Then shareholders and investors, so how they are taking care of shareholders. So quarterly investor calls or institutional investors, investor presentation, one-on-one meeting, annual general meeting for retail shareholders, press release, everything is given here, that how they are dealing with shareholders and investors. How we engage with local communities, right? So local communities generally they are talking about local authorities, right? Or local public. Socio environmental programs, they conduct environmental programs. Meetings in location to identify need gaps and roll out programs. Engagement with local NGOs, employee volunteerism, Dabur corporate website, annual report, etc., etc. These information are given here, right? Government and regulatory authorities, right? So how they are dealing with government and regulatory authorities by complying all the rules and regulations. Engagement with government and statutory regulatory bodies, policy, advocacy. So each and everything is given here. How they are dealing with media and industry associates, right? So it is very important for you to know how they take care of their stakeholders. Taking care of stakeholders is the most important thing for any organization. Now, if I talk about risk management, so how Dabur manage their risk. So what can be the risk for Dabur? So if I talk about competitor risk can be there, government rules can be, government policies, standard policies can be the risk, economical risk can be there, political risk can be there. So how Dabur manage their risk? So these things are given here, how smartly they try to manage their risk. So if I talk about key risks, so what are the key risks here? COVID-19 is the risk for every organization. Regulatory risk, environmental and climate change risk, information security risk, exchange rate fluctuation, product and plastic packaging, counterfeit products, right? So these are the risks. Right now, potential impact. So they are telling you that how they got impacted from COVID-19, right? So what was the impact? Then what strategies they have followed to mitigate or to remove the risk, right? So here each and everything is given. Capital impacted. What capital got impacted just because of COVID-19? Financial capital. Everyone was struggling during COVID, right? So everyone was facing financial crunch. Manufactured capital, yeah. Laborers, they went to their homes, so definitely they were facing problem at the time of manufacturing also. Human, I have told you, humans were not available. Social and relationship capital. So these are the things which got impacted during COVID-19, right? So there are some other risks they have mentioned here, regulatory risk, and how they are able to tackle that risk. So environment and climate change risk. So these things are given here, right? That what are the risks which Dabur has faced. So further, we will be discussing more about these things in coming lecture. Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.